Welcome back. Today, we're counting down 5 of the most fascinating frogs that can be kept in captivity. From masters of camouflage to powerful ambush predators and even gliding tree dwellers. These amphibians each offer something unique. We'll cover their identification, natural habitat, behavior, enclosure setup, care requirements, and amazing facts, so you can decide which species is the best fit for your collection. Wallace's flying frog is one of the most spectacular tree frogs in the world and is native to the tropical rainforests of Borneo, Malaysia, and Indonesia. Bright emerald green with huge orange webbed feet and long limbs. It can glide from tree to tree by spreading its webbing like a parachute, helping it escape predators and move efficiently through the forest canopy. Keeping this species requires a tall, heavily planted tropical enclosure with abundant climbing branches, broad leaves, and high humidity between 70 and 90%. Temperatures around 75 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit work well. They feed on gut-loaded insects such as crickets, roaches, and moths. Because they are arboreal, vertical space is more important than floor area. It has some of the largest toe webbing of any frog species, which acts like a parachute and helps slow its descent. Adults can reach around 3 to 4 inches in body length, with females typically larger than males. Although visually striking, Wallace's flying frogs are generally shy and prefer to avoid confrontation, relying on camouflage and gliding escapes rather than aggression to evade predators. Our next pick isn't a single species, but an entire group known as the rain frogs, belonging mainly to the genus Breviceps, found across southern and eastern Africa. These unusual amphibians spend most of their lives hidden beneath the soil in grasslands, scrublands, forests, and coastal habitats. They emerge primarily after rainfall, when moist conditions make it easier to forage and breed. Rain frogs are instantly recognizable thanks to their plump, rounded bodies, tiny limbs, blunt snouts, and expressive faces that often make them appear permanently annoyed. Because of their stocky build, they are poor jumpers and instead move with a slow shuffle or waddle across the ground. When threatened, many species puff themselves up, stand on their toes, and produce surprisingly loud squeaks or chirping calls to discourage predators. In captivity, they require a cool, humid enclosure with several inches of soft, moisture-retaining substrate for burrowing, along with secure hiding places and minimal disturbance. Their diet consists of small invertebrates, such as crickets, roaches, beetles, termites, and worms of appropriate size. Although they spend much of their time hidden beneath the soil, their unusual body shape, fascinating defensive displays, and secretive lifestyle make rain frogs one of the most unique and memorable groups of amphibians that enthusiasts can learn about. Up next is the African bullfrog, is among the largest and most powerful frogs on Earth, with mature males capable of reaching impressive sizes and possessing enormous appetites. Native to southern Africa, it inhabits grasslands and seasonal wetlands where it often buries itself to wait for prey or survive dry conditions. One of the most remarkable aspects of their behavior is parental care. After breeding, males often stay behind to guard thousands of developing tadpoles from predators. If a breeding pool begins to dry out, a male may even dig channels through the mud to connect the shrinking water source with deeper water, improving the tadpole's chances of survival. Their skin is thick and helps reduce water loss in hot environments, while their powerful hind legs make them excellent diggers, despite their heavy build. They also possess sharp, tooth-like projections called odontoid processes on the lower jaw that can inflict a painful bite. A spacious enclosure with moist soil, a large soaking area, and temperatures around 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit suits them well. They appreciate opportunities to burrow but also need open areas for feeding. Their diet should consist primarily of appropriately sized insects supplemented with other balanced prey items as appropriate. Despite their popularity, they have powerful bites and should be handled cautiously. If you're enjoying this video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It helps more than you know. I appreciate everyone that gives my video a watch. Now let's get back into it. Next is the Vietnamese Mossy Frog, Thaladerma cortical, is widely regarded as one of nature's greatest camouflage experts. Native to northern Vietnam, it inhabits humid forests filled with rocky streams and moss-covered surfaces. Its skin is covered with bumps, green patches, and dark markings that make it resemble a clump of wet moss. When threatened, it often freezes completely instead of fleeing, relying on camouflage to avoid detection. Even experienced keepers can lose sight of one sitting in plain view. In the wild, Vietnamese mossy frogs inhabit humid montane forests, typically staying close to caves, limestone cliffs, and slow-moving streams. They are semi-aquatic and often hide in water-filled crevices or cling to damp rock surfaces, where humidity remains high year-round. Because of their appearance and behavior, mossy frogs are highly sought after in the exotic pet hobby, but they are best suited for experienced keepers who can maintain consistent humidity, temperature, and enclosure hygiene. A bioactive paludarium works exceptionally well for this species. Cool temperatures, consistently high humidity, live plants, cork bark, and shallow water features mimic its natural habitat. These frogs thrive in peaceful environments and generally feed readily on crickets and other appropriately sized insects. Breeding behavior includes laying eggs in hidden water pockets or sheltered aquatic areas, where tadpoles develop in relatively protected microhabitats. The species is not a strong swimmer compared to fully aquatic frogs, but its tadpoles are well adapted to still or slow-moving water. Finally, we have one of the most infamous frogs in the pet trade. The Argentine horned frog, often called the Pacman frog, is a heavily built ambush predator native to the grasslands and wetlands of Argentina, Uruguay, and parts of Brazil and Paraguay. In the wild, it lives a largely hidden lifestyle, spending most of its time buried in loose soil or leaf litter with only its eyes and mouth exposed. This allows it to remain perfectly camouflaged while waiting for prey to come within striking distance. Its natural habitat includes seasonal savannas and floodplains, where rainfall patterns strongly influence its activity. During wet seasons, it becomes more active, feeding aggressively and preparing for breeding, while in dry periods, it may remain buried and inactive to conserve moisture. In captivity, it is one of the most popular beginner to intermediate amphibians due to its simple setup requirements and bold personality. It thrives in a terrestrial enclosure with deep, loose substrate for burrowing, stable moderate humidity, and a shallow water dish for soaking. Because it is extremely food-motivated, portion control is critical. Overfeeding is one of the most common health issues, often leading to obesity and mobility problems. Each of these 5 frogs showcases a different survival strategy, from gliding through rainforest canopies and disappearing into moss to burrowing underground, or lying in wait as a powerful ambush predator. With the proper enclosure, environmental conditions, and responsible husbandry, they can make captivating additions to an amphibian collection while offering a window into the incredible diversity of the frog world. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing exotic animal content.